That's nonsense too. You could tell I'm a black man by listening to my voice. You know, it's got a sort of a deep, smooth rhythm to it. So, I don't sound like a white guy. I'm not a nerdy white guy. So, you know, people who say that, you sound white, what they really mean is you can squeeze a coherent sentence out of your mouth with relatively good grammar. Okay? I'm almost articulate. I'm right on the cusp of being articulate. But I'm the fan broadcaster. I have the point of view and the perspective of many fans. Fans of the entertainment business, fans of sports. You know, I'm a big sports fan. You know, I watch a lot of movies, TV shows. Maybe I shouldn't be such a big fan, and, you know, so I get out there and work out or something, but I'm 51 years old, man. I'm not playing professional ball or trying out for the Cubs or playing semi-pro ball so I can not heal for the rest of my life. Okay? I work a regular job. And then I do this on the side. So, this podcast is only going to get better. For those of you who are listening, stick with me. And you're going to be glad you did. Right now, I'm going to take a short break, 30 seconds, and I'll be right back after these messages.
You're listening to a man who's almost intelligent, very close. Welcome back to Probably Offensive. One hell of a show. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm almost intelligent, very close. That was accurate, by the way. I don't know. I'd like to be more intelligent. I wish I was a big genius. You know what I'm saying? Just out of spite. Just be a genius out of spite. Just so I can prove people wrong. People who have no idea what they're talking about. I'd like to be able to just prove them wrong right on the spot. Because I've run into so many people who are saying things that are completely ridiculous. Especially in this day and age with the whole conspiracy theorist movement is on the rise. And, you know, I didn't see that coming. I thought the conspiracy theorists would always just be a small handful of nut jobs, but it's growing. It's growing. And so the people on this earth who are actually intelligent are so overwhelmed by idiots. You know what I'm saying? You wonder, why ain't the smart people doing something? They are. They're trying, but they're overwhelmed. You know, it's only a handful of smart people, intelligent people who are sane. You got to add that to the mix, because some intelligent people have gone insane, and that's when they become conspiracy theorists, because they're educated and intelligent, and then when they start to lose their mind, they get paranoid and start thinking everything is the government, you know, trying to come after them, or, you know, or some secret society is looking to kill them. Which, I'm not saying secret societies don't exist. All I'm saying is people usually have these conspiracy theorists when they're not 100% sane. You got a glitch in your brain, and it's making you paranoid that all this stuff is going on behind your back or behind closed doors, when it's really not. It's really a little bit more simple than that. But I was listening to this radio show, that I listen to sometimes. And the subject came up of fondling by doctors, because all these stories in the news about doctors being busted for molesting their patients, and it's usually, kids, teenagers, and younger kids. And the host of the show brought up, when we were as men, when we were younger, we get a lot of physicals, especially if you play sports, where the doctor is fondling your balls to see if you have a hernia. And I was listening to this thinking, that is true. I don't know what doctors do with female patients. What is the protocol, or what do they have to do to check a little girl out thoroughly? I'm not sure, because I've never been in the room. I have a daughter. She's 6 years old, and she'd never stripped down in the doctor's office, and as far as I know, I mean, she's had checkups, a couple of them, and gotten immunization shots. But when you're a little boy, they actually have you drop your pants, and the doctor puts his hands on your nuts and tells you to cough. And that's how they check to see if you got a hernia. Now, when I was a younger kid, I thought it was kind of weird, but I wasn't, freaked out by it. But the older you get, the more it happens, and it don't happen all the time. It just happens like maybe once a year, or maybe not even. But as you're playing sports and you got to get a physical to play, you got to be able to play. You got to get this physical, I think. They do it. And even when you become an adult, they do it. And I never, thought much about it. But there has been a lot of cases where a physician is, being prosecuted or accused of, fondling an underage person. And I always thinking, I was never molested or anyone doing any touching on me or anything, but how does a doctor get a kid in their office and just have the balls to go past, what is necessary for an exam into fondling or molesting a kid? I'm thinking you gotta have a lot of nerve, man, to do that, because that kid's parent could punch you right in the face, right in the middle of the office there. So I don't know. It just seems weird that the doctor was able to do that to me, because like I said, I'm a parent. I've been in the room when my daughter was getting an examination. If I thought the doctor was doing something inappropriate, I probably would have punched him right in his face. But then again, maybe it's just me. I've seen a lot of pictures as of late on Facebook. I've looked at a lot of pictures, and one of the things I've noticed as of late, and it's not something that I disagree with or don't like, but a lot of women seem to be having big butts. Have you guys noticed that? there's a lot of chicks out there doing their, I guess they're doing their Instagram modeling, or they're sexy, provocative. They're trying to make money, which, who can blame them? But I've noticed that there are a lot of chicks with big butts, and they're not some, there's some of them who I've seen some recently. It's just a fat person trying to be sexy, which is not working, by the way. So, if you're overweight, you cannot be in bikinis and thinking you're sexy. That's not happening. But some of these models that I've noticed online are out of proportionally big in the ass, which, I don't object to. I like a woman with a big ass, but what's weird is when you see a girl whose rest of her body is skinny, no fat around her waistline or stomach. Some of them even have abs muscles showing. I won't call it a 6-pack because it's more like a 4-pack. But they got the abs, and some have big boobs, fake boobs. Some of them have real boobs, whatever. But it seems to be an enormous amount of big asses, man. And Cardi B was interviewed and told the story about how she had to get her ass done. She didn't feel like she was going to make it without having a big ass. So she got some ass injections. I guess they inject fat into a woman's ass to make it swell up. So Cardi B told this story about how before she made it in the music business, she was a stripper and she needed a big ass. So she went to this woman who was giving people injections. I don't know, where did they get the fat from to inject into your ass? Because I guess if it's fat from another, where the hell does the fat come from? That's what I want to know, because I heard that they injecting fat into women's asses. I've seen a lot of pictures of these girls who are super hot. Some of these models are super hot, and they got a big ass. I'm thinking, how on earth does everybody get a big ass nowadays? I mean, like I said, as much as I love a big ass, but some of them get carried away with it. Some of them, the ass is just so big, it's just not even sexy anymore. It's just way past sexy too. Sort of a circus freak or something. So, ladies, big asses are nice, but let's not get carried away with the big asses. This is coming from a black man who likes big asses. Hate to stereotype myself, but a nice round ass is good for every woman, I guess. But I don't know if the Kardashian asses are fake or real. It seems genetic to me, but a lot of other women say those are fake asses. I'm not sure, but a big ass is nice. But if you get carried away with it, then that's not nice. That's just funny. You're just making a fool out of yourself if you get carried away with it. Okay, since the Kardashians have gotten so famous that and people see that they got big asses, their show is on TV, it sort of picks up, and then a lot of other women think, I got to get me a big ass. Nicki Minaj, I see J-Lo, she still looks good. She was trying to make her ass smaller there for a while. Now she's not that concerned about it. Judging from last year's Super Bowl halftime show, she was sort of accentuating the big ass. But J-Lo started out with the big ass, and she was